Here we are with Abel Sanchez at the summit. Abel, I'm really impressed with the training that's going on here. How do you manage to keep the discipline?
You know what, these boys that we have up here right now, they're Russians and Eastern European kids that I think are used to the hard work. So it makes it easier on a coach. There's no questions, there's no, coach, I can't do this, there's none of the normal stuff that you get from regular fighters. And some of the fighters here in the US have gotten so coddled and so spoiled that it's difficult for them to work this hard. But I'm enjoying the heck out of it because as a coach, I don't have to do much. They're working because I'm asking them to work.
Talking about the Russian fighters, of course your star guy is Triple G. I noticed something. He's just part of the crew. He doesn't act like a prima donna and does whatever you tell him.
From the first day he came here 5.5 years ago, Golovkin and I had a talk about what we wanted to accomplish and what I wanted to do. And he was willing to do whatever it was that I asked of him. And to this day, he hasn't asked why, he hasn't said nothing. He does everything that he's asked, and he's a leader here. Because he's doing it, everybody else is doing it too. I guess they assume if Golovkin at that level can follow instructions and can do what he's asked, they can do it too. I mean, he's not above anything.
Yeah. Tell me about your other Russian star. Who is the next Russian star in your stable?
I think that Murat Gassiev has got a good chance of growing up into a heavyweight. He's only 21 years old. I think he's 22 or 23 right now. But he's a kid that's growing. He's 6'3.5" right now. Hopefully in the next couple of years he grows another couple inches and becomes a full-fledged heavyweight. Right now he's a cruiserweight. And then we have Denis Shafikov, who's fighting November 13th for the lightweight IBF title against Barthélemy. I believe that's in Miami. We have Konstantin Panamera, who fights November the 7th. I don't think that site has been determined. We also have Freddie Lawson, who is a Ghanaian kid who's 24-0, who's #1 rated in the IBF as a welterweight. We have Ricky Naito, who is lightweight, who's 13-0, Japanese champion. So we have Sullivan Barrera, who's 15 or 16-0, he's a Cuban light heavyweight. Ruslan Madiev, who is 6-0, he's another Kazakhstani. He's one of Max Golovkin's proteges. I think he's 6-0 right now. So we have a good crop right now that fortunately is working just as hard as Gennady's working, and we're getting results.
What about the amateur that you have?
Georgie is a kid that was brought by Murat. He's about 6'1". He's going to be a 160-pounder. He's about 25 years old. I think that we're going to keep him for another 6 months before we turn him pro. But he's got very good instincts. He's still a little amateurish, but he only had 15 amateur fights. But I think that keep working in this environment, I think he'll develop into something real nice.
Do you think that making them work together helps you a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. I think that they all are watching the older guys, and not so much in age, but the older guys in maturity and in boxing experience. By watching Golovkin and by watching Murat, by watching Dennis, they understand how hard this is, first of all, how long a career this is, and how hard it takes, how hard work it takes to get to the top and to stay at the top. Getting there is easy, or easier than staying there. Staying there is the hardest part. So if they can get a good work ethic, and I think Golovkin exemplifies that. If they can get a good work ethic, then we have a great chance of making them somebody's.
So let me ask you a question. Ponomarev told me that they all run together in the morning, and you drive and watch them. Why do you do that?
Because I need to know how they're feeling every day. That depends on me how I'm going to work them during the workout at whatever particular time that they work out at. Some of them work out at 1, some of them work out at 3, some work out at 5. So if I watch them in the morning, how they're running, if they're limping, if they're slow, they're sluggish, then I have to figure out what it is that is wrong with them. And then that way I can determine how I work them in the gym or whether I give them a day off. I want to make sure that when they're in the gym, they give me 100%. If they're not ready to give me 100%, then they need to rest and come back tomorrow. But by me following them and watching them and guiding them to the track that I want them to run, that gives me an idea of how everybody's feeling.
You like the punchers. I noticed it, and you like to train the punchers. But Konstantin is a pure boxer. Tell me a little bit about him.
Well, I like punchers that I try to make punchers, and not so much just sluggers. I just try to make sure that they're boxers, to make sure that they snap their punches better, to make sure that they position their legs better, to have better leverage. All the things that come with effective punching. Constantine in the past was off balance a lot. Was very effective. He's a good boxer, but it was very off balance and throwing punches from weird angles. We're trying to get him to be the same boxer that he is, but just to be in a better position to deliver his punches. That way he gets better leverage, better legs, better core. Everything about his punches will be more effective.
Finally, you keep the temperature up in the gym. Is it to make him
I think it's
better?
to make him more comfortable, but also to, once they warm up, their muscles are warm, then there's less of a chance of them tearing anything. Their muscles are limber, they're sweating better. It simulates also fight night. Fight night when all the lights are on, it's pretty hard in the ring, especially if you're in an indoor arena where there's a lot of people. It gets up in the hundreds sometimes in the ring. So this kind of simulates that, not completely, but it simulates that. Now when we have a lot of people in here, it gets even hotter because we really don't have ventilation in here, so it gets very stuffy and very hot. But we do the same workouts. It's part of it.
You opened this gym in 2008, right?
Late 2008, yes.
Could you imagine such a robust workouts here?
You know what? I opened it originally to just allow my friends to use it. For the first couple of years, friends of mine and I had a couple of fighters. Leo Santa Cruz is one of the first fighters that I had here. And then a young man named Golovkin calls me up and walks through my doors, and things changed.
You knew it right away too.
You know, I knew as soon as I caught him in the midst, which was, he came and we talked on a Saturday, we had dinner, we had breakfast the next morning, they left, they said be back in a couple months. I researched him, obviously I found out who he was that night, Saturday night. I get a call 2 months later, his manager calls me up and says he's ready to come out, can you pick him up at the airport? I thought it was a joke, you know, I held the phone away from my ear. I picked him up. The first time I caught him in the midst, I knew that there was something special about him. Not only the punching power, but once he starts moving in the ring, you can see how smart he is, how he adapts to everything that you ask him to do.
Okay, well, good luck on October 17th, but I don't really think you need it.
Well, it's a boxing match, like Gennady says. Anything can happen, but we're preparing for the best David Lemieux that can come that day, and hopefully everything goes well and we go on to bigger and better things.
Thank you very much for your time.